Life in the public eye is never simple, especially when your family's journey has been shared with millions of viewers for years. For Anna Johnston, known to audiences from 7 Little Johnstons, growing up on camera meant celebrating milestones, facing challenges, and navigating family dynamics under constant attention. Recently, however, Anna found herself speaking openly about something more personal. She expressed feelings that her mother, Amber, was often competing with her rather than supporting her. At the same time, concerns surfaced regarding decisions about elderly family pets, which added another emotional layer to the situation. Anna has always been known as one of the more independent voices in the Johnston household. From a young age, she showed a desire to carve out her own path. Whether it was pursuing creative interests, planning for her future, or simply expressing her personality, she stood out as someone determined to define herself beyond the family spotlight. That determination, though admirable, sometimes created tension at home. According to Anna, as she matured and began establishing her own identity, she sensed a shift in the dynamic between her and her mother. Instead of feeling guided, she felt compared. Instead of feeling celebrated, she felt measured. In her view, moments that should have been about her achievements occasionally turned into subtle competitions. She described situations where her accomplishments were met with responses that felt less like encouragement and more like rivalry. Family relationships are complex, especially between mothers and daughters. In many households, differences in personality, ambition, and communication style can lead to misunderstandings. Anna explained that her intention was not to criticize but to be honest about how she felt. She emphasized that her perspective comes from lived experience, shaped by years of navigating expectations both inside and outside the home. Amber, known for her strong personality and leadership within the family, has often been portrayed as someone who values discipline and structure. She has spoken in the past about preparing her children for independence and resilience. From her perspective, pushing her children may have been an effort to help them grow. However, Anna's recent comments suggest that what was meant as motivation sometimes felt like competition. Viewers who have followed the Johnston family for years have seen their ups and downs. The family's story has always centered on unity, perseverance, and love. Yet like any family, they face disagreements behind closed doors. Anna's decision to share her feelings publicly signals that the tension had been weighing on her for some time. The issue surrounding elderly pets added another emotional dimension to the conversation. Pets are often considered members of the family, offering comfort and companionship through different stages of life. Anna suggested that decisions regarding older pets were handled in ways she did not fully agree with. She felt that their loyalty and age deserved extra patience and care. For her, the situation symbolized something deeper about compassion and responsibility. It is important to note that family decisions about pets can be influenced by many factors, including health concerns, financial considerations, and practical limitations. While Anna expressed sadness about how certain situations unfolded, she also acknowledged that she may not have been fully aware of every detail behind those decisions. Still, the emotional impact on her was undeniable. As Anna continues to build her life independently, her willingness to speak openly shows a desire for clarity rather than conflict. She appears to want understanding, not confrontation. Her reflections reveal someone trying to process years of shared experiences while stepping into adulthood on her own terms. Fans have responded with mixed reactions. Some admire Anna's honesty and courage. Others believe that family matters are best resolved privately. Regardless of opinion, her comments have sparked broader conversations about generational differences, communication gaps, and the challenges of growing up in a reality television environment. At its core, this story is not simply about disagreement. It is about identity. It is about the delicate balance between guidance and control, between motivation and competition. It is about how two strong personalities within the same family can love each other deeply yet struggle to understand each other fully. For Anna, speaking out may be the first step toward redefining boundaries. For Amber, it could be an opportunity to reflect on how her actions are perceived. And for viewers, it serves as a reminder that behind every television moment are real emotions, real relationships, and real people trying their best. The journey is far from over. As Anna continues to share her side of the story, more layers are likely to unfold. The Johnston family has always faced challenges together. Whether this chapter brings distance or deeper understanding remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Anna is determined to have her voice heard, and she is doing so with calm reflection rather than anger. As Anna continued to reflect on her relationship with her mother, She began to look back at specific moments that shaped her feelings. Growing up in a household where expectations were high and visibility was constant, small interactions sometimes carried greater weight than they might in a private family. Every achievement, every disagreement, and every milestone played out with an audience watching. Anna shared that as she entered adulthood, she hoped for a shift in how she and Amber related to one another. She no longer wanted to feel like a child seeking approval. She wanted mutual respect. According to Anna, there were times when she felt that her independence was interpreted as defiance rather than growth. When she made decisions about work, friendships, or personal goals, she sensed subtle pushback that made her question whether her progress was truly being celebrated. One area that stood out to her was career ambition. As Anna explored new opportunities and began setting her own path, she felt proud of stepping outside the comfort zone she had known for years. However, she described moments where conversations about her future seemed to turn into comparisons. Instead of encouragement, she sometimes felt challenged, as if she had to prove that her choices were just as valid as those of other family members. From Anna's perspective, the feeling of competition was not loud or obvious. It was quieter, more emotional. It came in tone, in reactions, in the way conversations unfolded. She explained that it is difficult to describe because it is more about energy than words. For her, the repeated pattern created a sense of emotional distance. At the same time, Amber has long been portrayed as a protective and determined parent. She has often spoken about wanting her children to succeed despite obstacles. Her approach has traditionally focused on structure and accountability. It is possible that what Anna interpreted as competition may have been intended as preparation for real-world challenges. The difference lies in perception. Family therapists often note that as children grow into adults, parents must also evolve. The shift from authority to advisory role can be uncomfortable on both sides. Anna seems to be in that transition. She is no longer asking for permission to shape her life. She is asking for trust. The situation involving elderly pets further deepened her emotional response. Anna has always expressed a soft spot for animals. For her, pets symbolize loyalty and unconditional support. She shared that when discussions arose about older pets whose health was declining, she felt strongly that patience and comfort should be the priority. When certain decisions were made, she experienced sadness and disappointment. She clarified that she understands practical realities. Veterinary care can be expensive. Health conditions can become complicated. Sometimes difficult decisions must be made with compassion. However, for Anna, the emotional connection made it hard to accept outcomes she felt were rushed. She described feeling unheard in those conversations, which reinforced her broader concern about her voice within the family. Viewers who have followed the Johnston family know that animals have often been part of their home life. The presence of pets brought warmth and shared responsibility. So when disagreements arose about their care, it reflected deeper differences in values and emotional expression. Anna emphasized that her intention in speaking about these experiences is not to assign blame. Rather, she wants acknowledgement. She wants space to share how events affected her personally. In her view, open conversation is healthier than silent resentment. As reactions from fans continue, many have pointed out how challenging it must be to balance authenticity with public perception. Reality television captures fragments of life, but it cannot show every conversation or private explanation. Anna's comments remind viewers that what appears on screen is only part of a larger story. Within the Johnston household, this period appears to be one of reflection. Anna is stepping into independence more confidently than ever. She is defining boundaries and expressing feelings that may have once stayed unspoken. Amber, on the other hand, faces the challenge many parents encounter when their children become adults with strong opinions and firm identities. The tension does not erase love. Anna has made it clear that she values her family deeply. Her frustration comes from wanting a relationship built on support rather than silent rivalry. She hopes that by being transparent, misunderstandings can be addressed rather than ignored. In many ways, this chapter represents growth. Growth is rarely comfortable. It often involves honest conversations that test patience and vulnerability. Anna appears ready for that process. Whether the family chooses to engage publicly or privately remains uncertain, but the conversation has undeniably begun. As this story unfolds, one thing becomes clear. Anna is not seeking conflict. She is seeking clarity. She is not rejecting her upbringing. She is redefining her place within it. And in doing so, She's reminding everyone that even in families that seem strong and united, personal evolution can create moments of tension before understanding finds its way back in.